Hello everyone, welcome back to SBR Pythons. I hope you're doing well. First time I've done a video like this in a while, to be fair. I just wanted to do a little video talking about some of the females that have come into the collection since we last did a sort of face-to-face video. The reason I've not done one is for two reasons simply. One is that, as I said to you, I think it was back in October last year, when I did one of the last videos like this for a little bit, was I just wanted to take a step back from social media, focus on the animals, and really get a collection to a point where I wanted it to be, which is exactly what I've done in the time that I've been away and had this quiet spell. The other reason would be that as the hatchling seasons come, I've just made that my main priority for YouTube. You know, obviously, we only get eggs on the ground once a year. Through a certain time in the year, so I wanted to focus on sort of egg cuttings and bring you guys the updates for those animals, which is obviously been and gone now. The season has finished. We're into the next season in terms of pairings, so you guys have seen everything that we've been lucky enough to produce this year. I've got a video coming up soon for holdbacks for you guys to take a look at, but well, as I say, what I just wanted to do today is really show you and catch up on a few of the animals that have come into the collection. We've had some very powerful animals come in that I'm extremely proud to own and be bringing into the seasons, this season upcoming and future seasons in general. So we'll go through them, but yeah, stay tuned. We are going to be doing a few more videos like this again, back to sort of the old style. Just as I say, I've got plenty of ideas in mind. I want to show you some unboxings that I've got coming in December from Europe, which have been a pain to get here. As I say, today's video just catching up on some animals that have come in. I'm going to try and get my brother to get either in front of the camera or behind the camera with a voiceover talking about how we do our photos and videos, because I've had many requests for those, especially the photos, seeing as we've smashed them this year. I'm not afraid to say that because I'm really happy with how we've got the Lightbox photos coming out now. But also, you know, plans for the upcoming season, plans for males, because I'm changing a few males out as we've hatched stuff this year. So all sorts coming sort of down the pipeline that I want to bring to you guys. I'm looking at a list there because I've cheated, because for the first time in a while, I've got ideas that I want to bring to you guys, because that was another reason I went quiet last year, is just I didn't have a lot to bring to you. As I said to you in that video, because I've watched it back this morning, just to catch up on where I left you guys in a sense, if it's like a storyboard. And yeah, I didn't really have a lot to film at the time, so that's exactly where I've been. But what we'll do is we'll crack into the animals. I'll explain a little bit about where the animals come from, what obviously the genes are, the plans for the animals, and just show you guys exactly what's come into the collection and when, because a couple of these I realised looking back on the channel, I've not even shown on a YouTube video. So, and one of them's gone from hatchlings to adult weight, so I really do need to get her in front of the camera for you guys. So sit back, grab a coffee, and I'll get the first animal out for you. So, the first animal that come in, but before we even get to that, I've just realised there's something I've not done that I see everyone else doing, I should probably do. Shout out to George Aldridge. What I'll do is just spin around. George, in my opinion, has probably the best logo, I would say, in the hobby. I know his partner done it, and who I believe is a tattoo artist, but thank you, George, for the shirt. Excellent logo, buddy. George is a fantastic friend. He doesn't do too much with Pi at the minute, and I don't know what his plans are in the future for it, but if you're into clown stuff, go and check him out. I know he's just hatched a Dark Knight, and he's definitely sort of a bedroom breeder in the sense that he keeps himself to himself, but he's got some quality animals, let me tell you. And I'm lucky enough to live an hour away, so I get to go down and see them in person occasionally as well. So shout out to George. But the first animal is this amazing Orange Dream double het Desert Ghost Pied. Now, I will say amazing because a lot of Orange Dream comes down to quality, as you guys have seen and heard me banging on about this year. And this is a different line of Orange Dream to what I've got in the Clown Pie project. This is from Luigi Moroni over in, I believe, Germany, but I believe he's Italian. He's got to be Italian with a name like that, hasn't he? And if you're not, I apologise, Luigi. But this girl, along with the Enchi Yellow Belly Double Het Desert Ghost Pied that I'm about to show you, came in, oh, crikey, must have been about a year and a bit ago now. I got them from, as I say, Luigi on the Reptile Hunters run, one of the final ones before it was kind of, well, not impossible, a challenge to get them in from Europe. But yeah, the plans are for simply these two is to get the Desert Ghost Pied project going. Who knows what's going to come in the future in terms of the male side. Not really thought about it too much yet, so it's a strong project that I'm looking forward to running in SBR Pythons. And for me, Orange Dream was a gene that I really wanted to get in there, and this was a great example of Orange Dream to bring into the collection. So as I've just mentioned, this is also from Luigi, but not from the same clutch. But again, it's getting into the Desert Ghost Pied project, and what we have here is an absolutely incredible Enchi Yellow Belly. Now, as I said, this girl has reached adult size since I got her, and I've not even brought her to you guys yet, but as you can see, really, really strong quality Yellow Belly. and just in general, a nice Enchi yellow belly. And it to be double het Desert Ghost pied is one of the most powerful animals in my collection. Paid quite a bit for this, obviously, a year and a half ago, getting into the Desert Ghost pied project, but it just means that I'm definitely ahead of the game for the future, and a really, really strong female. Now, Enchi and yellow belly, as I've said in a previous video, and I still stand by it about 2 years later, two absolutely important genes in pied. Enchi to bring back the pattern in yellow belly is a no-brainer, as long as you get that good quality. And you can start getting some nice yellow belly pies. I mean, look at some of the stuff like Martin End is producing. If we look in the UK, you know, someone that comes straight to mind is Alfie at AC Constriction's got some nice yellow belly pied stuff lately. So two really, really strong genes in pied that I cannot wait to get into Desert Ghost pied. I mean, Enchi yellow belly or Enchi Desert Ghost, yellow belly Desert Ghost in themselves are really nice. So to get the sort of 2 or 3 codoms here into Desert Ghost pied is going to be huge in the future. So really nice Enchi yellow belly, and that's 100% double het for Desert Ghost pied that I've had about a year and a bit now. I'm just getting around to updating you guys on, but a really, really strong 0.2 double het couple of girls to bring to the collection going forward for the future. So we'll move on to the recent animals that have come into the collection. So in terms of recent, I've got one here that is that secret female I've had for a while that I've not told you guys about. But before I bring her out, I just want to talk about why I've done that. So effectively, as I said when I initially got it, I just wanted to have an animal to myself for a bit. I've not picked up an animal and kept it to myself for quite a while, and it's quite hard to do. But this girl was very powerful, and it fitted the collection incredibly in terms of what I was looking to do with her. So effectively, it is an all-white snake, so it's not going to be the most fulfilling animal to look at, but I'll just grab her for you. And effectively, she is from the UK, so for all the people that say I don't buy in the UK, I definitely do. And this girl wasn't cheap, as you can imagine. So I bought this girl as an adult, and she is an ivory pied, possible pastel, possible Enchi. Now, who knows, obviously, if she's going to be pastel and Enchi. I've got a hatchling picture from her. I'll see if I can find it and potentially get it on screen for you now. I'm not 100% sure because it will be quite hard to find it in the backlog catalogue of conversation with the breeder. But this girl is from Blackpool Aquatics, up in Blackpool, obviously. I would lean towards the Enchi side rather than the pastel side. Sorry, no, the other way. I would lean towards the pastel rather than the Enchi if either of the possible codoms are going to prove out. Because she did have sort of a very, very blushed out head, even for an ivory pied as a hatchling female, but not the amount of pattern that I would expect from an ivory pied looking at some like Justin produced. So, but yeah, effectively the reason I picked this girl up is because I want to prove out the banana combos that I hatched out last year. So I've got the 2 banana combos, which as you guys know, are still completely unknown to me. One is going to the pied and the yellow belly het pied because they're both potentially in the yellow belly gravel complex and they're both posset pied. So one will go to the pied and the yellow belly het to try and prove him out as either yellow belly or gravel and then het pied. And then the other one, what I think is going to prove out to be slightly more powerful, is going to go to this girl. And I believe the banana male to be a banana pinstripe, definitely. Banana pinstripe, definitely. I would suspect Enchi, and it's definitely yellow belly or gravel. So I think it's all 5 genes posset pied. So if we put that back to a super yellow belly pied, even excluding the pos Enchi, pos pastel, that will prove out hopefully exactly what he is, because everything will come out yellow belly from this girl. If he's yellow belly, we'll hatch ivories. If he's gravel, we'll hatch highways. And then because she's a visual pied and he's a posset pied, I should know, well, to be honest, I should know instantly whether he's a het pied or not as well, depending on how many eggs this girl gives me. She's quite a nice size. I think she's probably getting towards about 2.6 kilo now, so definitely in this season, and the male is producing sperm and has been to her, so we'll see exactly what comes out. It's just a case of proving out animals, and that's why this girl's so powerful for me. But as I say, no big secret as to what she is, and I'm sure there's people out there who'd be disappointed thinking I was holding back a cryptic puzzle pied, but it was just something, it was more the I wanted to keep something to myself, but it's out there now as to what this girl is. Very, very powerful for an adult female pied. One of, to be fair, super yellow belly pied, because I'm going down the highway pied project, apart from maybe the pied stuff, probably the most powerful pied I've got. So really, really happy to have this girl in the collection, and UK produced and UK bought. But yeah, we'll move on to the next animal, which is again another visual pied that I picked up more recently, sort of in the last 2 months, and explain a little bit how I got her into the country from Europe, and obviously what my plans are for her as well. So the next animal we have is another visual pied. I've added a couple of visual pied females into the collection, and just generally looking at the collection after this year, I've realised I've got about 16 visual pieds. which is a place I'm really happy to be at, because I'm not going to get any bigger than this in terms of while I'm still with my parents. And even when I move out, I don't plan on going massive, so the collection will still, I'd say, maximum maybe 50 females in the future. So if I can get 6 visual pieds going, bearing in mind a couple, or 3, 4 of them are going to be visual males, that's really where I want to be with it. This girl here is a special pied. Now, special pied, you might think I'm jumping on a bandwagon, because obviously Justin just done a video about it, and it is coming to the forefront of the market at the minute with pieds. But I've had my eye on special for a while, probably about 2 years now, since I saw Martin Ender doing stuff with it, and Florian over in Europe doing stuff with it. I've always thought I want to get into that. So special has been something I've been trying to get into. Obviously I got the special het pied, but when I didn't hatch a special pied from her, I just thought, well, I don't want to be behind in the project, and this girl come up, and to be honest, this girl was a bit of a bargain. I got her from Dome Windsor over in Europe, who's producing some amazing stuff. I think he's just produced a clutch of Angolan pythons, so fair play to you, Dome. And to be honest, I paid for this girl what I'd pay for a normal adult pied. She was an absolute steal, has come over, is absolutely smashing meals, but this animal I did get in after the Brexit regulations come in, and it did cost me a little bit, and it was a little bit of a pain, but it was a good learning experience as to how we're going to get animals in from Europe going forward, because obviously I've got 2 coming in December, which I needed to learn for. But a really, really nice special pied. My plans for this girl, I mean, I've just pulled her out of the tub. She's with a male right now. A little bit of an insight into what pairings I've got for this year. But obviously this male didn't prove out as het pied this year to the special het pied. So at the minute, I've got the Enchi Orange Dream Het Ultramel 50% het pied to the special pied. I'd say it'll prove out whether he's het pied or not. And if he proved out, I mean, I would be looking for a special Enchi pied that would be 50% het Ultramel. Not necessarily the Orange Dream, because I kind of want to move away from that line of Orange Dream in that male specifically. But some nice special pieds that would be Pastel Ultramel would be nice. And then going forward, next year will be the big one for this girl, because what we'll do is we'll put the male from this year to this girl to try and prove him out. No, sorry, he's 100% het pied, but if he proves out as het clown, which I'll hopefully do with him in the same year, so I can find out if the babies from this girl are pos het clown, would be the 6 genes. So it would be Enchi, Pinstripe, OD, YB, Calico, het pied, pos het clown to special pied. 6 genes in there, all codoms that would make some incredible pieds that could then be pos het clown on top. The possibilities are going to be endless going forward with this girl, and being a visual pied is crucial. Absolutely crucial. But what we'll move on to is the final animal I want to show in today's video. Another female. I picked up 5 really strong females since we last spoke sort of last year, and just go through her, and again a little bit of the backstory as to how I come across her and what I'm planning on doing with her for you. And finally, so the 5th female that we've got is going to be this Pastel Highway, and she is 66% het full pied. So the first and, well, the only posset of today's video. I love the Highway stuff. I think Highway is incredible. It was one of the first things I saw, years ago, and I thought that is absolutely incredible. And I love the Highway pied stuff. I'm looking forward to working with it. This year upcoming, I've got some plans to try and do some bits with it. I'd like to try and go into the Highway clown pied project, but finding a male for that is proving difficult. I just missed out on a male that I really wanted, so it's a little bit of a struggle trying to get into the Highway clown pied, because that is effectively a triple if you ask me, because of where the yellow belly gravel complex works. So it's basically a triple, isn't it? But a cheating version of a triple. But yeah, really love the colours on this girl. Obviously that's the Highway, but you've got the pastel blushing on the head there, and the pastel coming through in the body of the animal. But the reason I got this girl was it was a complete impulse purchase. I've not had many, well, I don't think I've had one impulse purchase really in the last sort of 3 years, but this girl was completely impulse. I remember it well. Friday night, I was on Morph Market doing my scrolls. I have to check Morph Market every day, or else I feel like I'm missing out on a deal somewhere. And as it goes, I would have missed out on this deal, because Friday night, saw her, thought, that is incredible. The price on that is incredible, and you should never look at the price, but I thought that, I can see the quality in the animal, and the price the price doesn't match, but the quality's there, so I'm going to look at it. And I was a little bit anxious, because of, obviously, I've never heard of the guy. He's a very undercover breeder. So effectively, the next morning, literally went down to London, and I said to the guy, I was like, look, I don't mind, but can I have a little look at the collection? Because obviously, don't really know you. Hope that's not offensive. And he was like, that's fine. Had a look round, saw this girl, completely healthy, smashed food immediately. Not there, but once you got back. But when I was there, I was like, yep, everything's clean. Spoke to him about the price. One of the first things I said to him was, why is the price so cheap? He gave me a very genuine reason as to why, which I'm not going to share because obviously that's up to the breeder. Sense of that's his reasoning. And yeah, I walked away with her there and then. I paid little to nothing for this girl, but absolutely stunning female, and cannot wait to see what I do with this girl. Obviously, she's going to go straight into the Highway Pie project. It goes without saying. Ideally, I'd be looking, if anyone knows of a yellow belly pied het clown male, has to be yellow belly pied, it has to be het clown, because at minimum what I was looking to make was Highway Pie poss het clowns to go back to this girl in the future and make the pastel clown, the Highway clown pied, but it's proven difficult to find that, so at the minute I've just got her to go down to the OD pied het clown to try and make some pastel yellow belly or gravel pieds that will be poss het clown, because at least I can go into it, but that is a longer way of doing it. So if you know of a male, let me know, but that's going to be the long-term plans with this girl. But in general, just love this girl, man. Highway is so damn cool. Highway freeway, that sort of complexion, I really enjoy it. So really happy to get this girl, and that's the final pickup on the female side, or the final pickup that I've had since we last kind of spoke. So there we go, guys. As I say, that was just a little bit of an update, really, because I have had some animals come into the collection. 5 really, really powerful females that I'm extremely ecstatic to have. As you can see, when you combine those pickups with the pickups coming in December, with the holdbacks from this year, which you guys are going to be seeing in a future video, the collection at SPR Pythons has just, you know, I'm not trying to be arrogant and I'm not trying to be big-headed. I'm just extremely proud of what I've managed to invest in and what I've managed to produce. And it is a lot of luck when it comes to the production side, because producing the holdbacks, but also producing the animals that are worthy surplus to make the money to buy these animals in. I'm just proud of where I've been, and the luck I've had has been incredible. But yes, the collection has taken. I mean, it's I don't know. I was going to say it's taken a step up, but it's gotten a bloody plane and shot to the sky this last year. I'm really happy with where I am. So stay tuned for some cool videos upcoming, as I say, discussing holdbacks, videos like how we do them, and just in general, got some more of these face-to-face videos talking to you guys again. Thank you for the support. Best of luck with this upcoming season. I hope your pairings are going well and getting some locks. Don't want to give too much away, but on the board you'll see a little bit. It might be blurred, but we are having quite a high success rate of locks this year. So stay tuned for the breeding season plans video that's coming up. But other than that, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Appreciate you guys coming back and watching a video like this again. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers, guys.